It started as a normal morning. Birds flew across the sky, and people went to work and school. But suddenly, everything changed. The sky turned dark red, like blood. A loud, deep sound echoed across the earth. People looked up and froze in fear. Giant alien ships slowly appeared from the clouds. They were black, smooth, and silent. There were hundreds of them. One by one, they covered every city. The power went out. Phones stopped working. Planes fell from the sky. In just 1 hour, the world changed forever. People ran through the streets, screaming and crying. Buildings exploded. Strange alien machines walked through cities, capturing anyone who moved. The aliens didn't speak. They didn't explain. They just took control. Governments collapsed. Armies tried to fight but failed. Tanks and jets were useless. The aliens were too fast, too smart, too strong. Earth was no longer in human hands. But far away, deep inside a mountain, something else was happening. In a secret underground lab, lights began to flash. A machine opened its eyes. It had been sleeping for years. Now, it was awake. Its name was XR-17. It looked like a robot, but it was more than that. It was made to protect humans in the worst times. And this was the worst time in human history. The aliens thought they had won, but XR-17 had just received a signal. And he had other plans. Deep under the mountains, in an old military bunker, the air was still and cold. Dust covered broken screens and silent machines. For years, no one had entered this place. But when the alien ships appeared, a hidden system came to life. Red lights blinked. A signal repeated in the dark. Code black. Activate protocol. In the center of the room, a large metal pod slowly opened. Inside was XR-17. Tall, strong, and silent. His eyes glowed blue as he stepped out. He had not moved in 10 years. He was built to protect Earth, but humans had shut him down, fearing his power. Now, the emergency code had woken him. XR-17 scanned the news files stored in his system. Cities destroyed, governments gone, millions captured. He stood still for a moment. Then he said in a calm voice, "Mission: protect humanity. Status: active." Far away in different parts of the world, other hidden robots also began to wake up. They were part of the same forgotten project, a secret army of machines designed to defend Earth against any threat. The aliens didn't know about them. They believed humans had no more weapons. But XR-17 had already sent a secret message to the others. In the middle of the night, an alien patrol in a ruined city disappeared. No sound, no fight, just silence. The robots had started moving, and they were not going to stop. Earth had a new army, and it had no mercy for invaders. In the silent streets of a ruined city, alien machines stood like statues. They watched every corner, scanning for human life. The buildings were broken, the sky full of smoke, and the world seemed dead. But deep in the shadows, something was waiting. XR-17 moved quietly across the rooftops. His metal body made no sound. Behind him, 3 other robots followed. Each one had a special skill: stealth, combat, defense. Together, they were Earth's hidden blade. That night, the aliens received a message in their own language. It was short. It said, "We are not yours." Seconds later, the first alien tower exploded. The robots attacked with perfect timing. They moved fast, striking without warning. Alien patrols were destroyed in seconds. No one saw where the shots came from. The robots vanished before the aliens could react. Across the world, more robots began to strike. In deserts, in jungles, in ruined cities, the same message appeared: "We are not yours." Humans hiding underground heard the sounds of battle. They thought it was more destruction. But when they stepped outside, they saw something strange. Alien machines were broken. Robot warriors stood guard, and one robot, XR-17, reached out a hand and said, "You are safe now." People didn't understand what was happening, but they saw hope for the first time in days. The aliens thought humans were finished, but they had just started a war, and the robots were ready to win it. The air was thick with smoke as the war raged on. Alien forces had started to regroup, sending larger and more powerful ships to Earth. The robots, led by XR-17, were determined to stop them. But the aliens weren't going down without a fight. Across the battlefield, Humans and robots worked together, defending the last free cities. XR-17 stood at the front, his metal body reflecting the flashes of explosions around him. He had once been a machine created to protect, but now he had become a symbol of hope for humanity. The aliens, desperate to take control, launched their most powerful weapon, a huge floating mothership. Its weapons were unlike anything Earth had ever seen. The ground trembled as the ship fired at the cities below, and thousands of alien soldiers poured out onto the streets. But XR-17 and his robots weren't afraid. They had prepared for this. With a voice that carried over the radio to all robot units, XR-17 gave the command, "Engage the enemy." The battle was intense. Robots and aliens clashed in the streets, both sides fighting for survival. Humans, armed with whatever weapons they could find, joined the robots, fighting back the alien invaders. Every time the aliens thought they had won, the robots came back stronger. XR-17 led the charge toward the mothership. He knew it was their only chance. The aliens believed they had Earth's future in their hands. But they had forgotten one thing. The robots had been waiting for this moment. And now, it was time for the robots to take control. The final battle was near. Earth's last line of defense stood beneath the burning sky, with the alien mothership hovering above them like a giant shadow. XR-17 looked up at the enemy vessel. It was massive, dark, and covered in strange, glowing symbols. Inside, thousands of aliens waited, ready to launch their ultimate attack. XR-17 and his robot army had already fought hard, but this battle would decide everything. If they failed, the last humans would be wiped out, and Earth would fall under alien control forever. There was no turning back. As the robots prepared for the attack, a new threat emerged. The mothership released a powerful beam that began to fire at the robots, trying to take them down one by one. But XR-17 had anticipated this. He quickly sent a command to all units, activating a hidden system that shielded their bodies from the deadly energy. "We have one chance," XR-17 said, his voice calm, but filled with determination. "We take the mothership down, or humanity is lost." In one last desperate push, XR-17 led the charge, running toward the mothership's core. The robots followed him, charging into the heart of the alien ship with everything they had. The battle raged inside the ship, sparks flying, explosions echoing through the halls. But just as the aliens were about to launch a final strike, XR-17 did the unthinkable. He used the virus inside him, a program designed to destroy the aliens' control over their ships, to shut down the mothership. The systems froze, and with a massive explosion, the mothership was destroyed. The war was over. The robots had won. Earth was saved, but the price had been high. XR-17, the leader of the robots, had sacrificed everything. But in the end, humanity was free, no longer controlled by the aliens, and no longer alone. Now side by side with their robotic protectors, humans could rebuild a new world, one where they were no longer the prey, but the survivors.